Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode. I've been thinking a lot lately about the chaos of life at times and the routines both made and broken along the way. My mind wanders in and out of ideas and initiatives of the what ifs and how comes. Even in this season of life and during what seems like a lockdown, I still find that the moments are fleeting and that the time for intentional reflection isn't always a priority. Earlier this week, the thought came clearly to me that this time is something we must learn to master if we're to maximize it. What I'm trying to say is that for those that learn to protect their time and be on purpose with what occupies the calendar will ultimately become more effective in their life. So this is what I'm proposing for this upcoming week. 2 things. Number 1, clarify your calendar. Be responsible for today. Be responsible for your future growth. What I mean by that is your calendar should reflect the activities of today, but they should also reflect the activities of your future. If your future isn't finding a place on today's calendar, it most likely won't happen. And so own your calendar, but reflect upon your path and think about what matters most today. Your calendar should be a reflection of your efforts to become your best self. So what I'm proposing along the lines of owning your day and owning part of your day is 15 minutes to win the day. 15 minutes for you to set intention, to clear your head, think about where you're going, think about where you are today, think about what it's going to take to get to where you want to go. But most importantly, thinking about how you might best serve today, how you might best serve those that you love, those that count on you, how you can best serve the projects that deserve your highest level of attention. So 15 minutes to win the day, schedule it, make sure that during that time you're clearing your head, you're not listening to any music, you're not doing anything that would distract you during that time, but really focus on how do I own today? And what do I do in that 15 minutes to plan for the rest of my day so that coming out of that, not only am I clear about the day, but I'm clear about my intentions and I'm clear about the steps that I'm taking today to create a better me in the future. Number 2, make yourself a promise. Make yourself a promise on somebody else's behalf and keep it. Oftentimes we know what we need to be doing. We know what we can do to be better, to better serve those that we love. Maybe our family, could be our friends, could be our colleagues, could be a project that we're on. But make ourselves a promise. Make yourself a promise to do something that shows your level of ownership for the results in your life. Pick the hard thing. Pick the thing that you've been so hesitant to start and set into motion, or something you've been so hesitant to commit to that's scary and big and bold. That thing that you know you should do, but you haven't. Think about what promises you're making and keeping on a daily basis. And are you making promises and not keeping them? With that question, note that today is a new day. Today's your new day. It's a day to make a new promise and to keep it. So my challenge for this week, again, 2 parts. Own your calendar, clarify your calendar. The second thing is make a promise. Make a promise to somebody, make a promise to yourself, make a promise to somebody that counts on you. But make a promise this week. Make a promise today and promise to keep that all week long. So it's a 7-day challenge, 7-day challenge to own your calendar. Make sure you protect your 15 minutes to win the day, to set intention. And the second thing is make yourself a promise and keep it all week long, all 7 days, 100%. So when you come out the other side, I want to hear how it goes. I want you to report back, post on this IGTV and this post, wherever you may be finding it. You may be finding it on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, but I want to hear how it goes. I promise you that it will bring results. It will change you. You see, these things may seem simplistic, but I've found them to be extremely difficult. And the actions are rare for the mass majority of all of us. So when you lean into growth, remember that it takes tremendous courage to become your best self. From the voice of one of my dear friends and mentors, Alan Ayers, he would always share with me this question: am I willing? Think about that for a minute. If that was the question that you asked yourself at the start of every day, am I willing? If you can answer in the affirmative, then what comes next should be a natural commitment to that. But be willing to ask yourself, am I willing? So for this week, again, ask yourself that question. Schedule and protect your 15 minutes to win the day every day. Try this for a week. Let me know what comes of it. As for me, yes, I am willing and I'm able, and I commit to own each day alongside you. Today, I will schedule and protect my 15 minutes to win the day. I know the promise that I must make to myself and how I'll serve others around me. This week's going to be a big week. It's going to be a week that's going to test me, and I hope that it's a week that'll test each of you as well. Recall that when we make and keep commitments to ourselves and to others, there's a natural confidence and a surety that follows. That's part of that pathway to becoming more confident, more convicted in who we are and what we can become, and more diligent in the path when we make and keep those commitments. Remember that growth is always a choice. Until next week, my friends, make it a great one, and remember to always honor the gift.